Now we are going to learn the IUPAC naming of organic compounds having functional groups. So for this we have to see some rules. First rule is select the parent chain, select the parent chain with functional group. So we have to select the parent chain and that must contain the functional group. That is the first rule. Then second rule is lowest number. When we are allocating the numbers or allocating the locands, we have to give lowest number to the carbon attached to the functional group. So lowest number should be given to the carbon atom where the functional group is attached. So that is the second rule. And all the other rules we have studied in the case of alkanes, alkenes and alkynes are to be followed in this case also. So these are the 3 points to be noted before naming an organic compound with functional groups. So let us write one example. First of all, we have to write the family of alcohol. So alcohols containing the functional group OH, you know OH is the functional group for alcohol, and all the alcohols are ending with OL. So OL is to be attached with all the alcohols. So all alcohols will be ending with OL. So we can write one example. So if this is an organic compound, we have to name this compound containing a functional group OH, and we know that this is an alcohol. So first of all, we have to number this compound. We can number this compound. So the longest chain contains 3 carbon atoms. This is one way of numbering. If it is from right to left, it is like this. And by considering the rules, the functional group, the carbon attached to the functional group should get the lowest number. So the first number or number 1 should be given to this carbon atom where OH is attached, or the functional group is attached to this carbon atom. So the lowest number should be given to this carbon atom. So this way of numbering is right. And before writing the name, we know that the order of writing the name, that is prefix, word root and suffix. So prefix, we know that this is for substituents. If there is a substituent, we have to add the substituent first. Then comes the word root. Word root is according to the number of carbon atoms. Then suffix, we have studied actually, that is primary suffix. Primary suffix is according to the type of bond. If it is an ANE, ENE or YNE, we have to add ANE, ENE or YNE as primary suffix. So in the case of an organic compound with functional group, we have to add the secondary suffix also. So secondary suffix is actually the functional group. So if there is a functional group, we have to add the functional group also. That is called the secondary suffix. Primary suffix already we have discussed. So that is ANE, ENE or YNE according to the type of bond between carbon atoms. So in this case, there is no substituent. No substituents are there. So there is no prefix. Then comes the word root. Word root means number of carbon atoms. It is 3. So it comes like prop. Then the primary suffix. Primary suffix is ANE, NE or YNE. Here single bond between carbon atoms. So it is ANE. So we can't write propane here since it has a functional group. So we have to replace that E with the secondary suffix, that is OL. So E is replaced by OL. Here we have to add the number of or the position of that functional group also. So we can add propen 1-ol. That means the OH is present or OH is attached with the first carbon. So that is the position. So the first position where OH is attached. So that also we have to note. So propen 1-ol or propanol, that is also right. So propanol is also correct, but actually it is propen 1-ol. So 1-ol means the first position or the first carbon is connected to the functional group or the functional group is connected to the first carbon. So that is why we have had propen 1-ol. So prefix, word root, suffix, that is the general format for naming an organic compound. Prefix is the substituent, word root is according to the number of carbon atoms. Suffix means it will be primary and secondary. Then secondary suffix means if there is a functional group, we have to add that secondary suffix also. Otherwise, we can end with primary suffix itself. So here there is a functional group, so we have to add the secondary suffix. So the name of this compound is propen 1-ol or propanol. So 1-ol can be written as propanol simply. So this is also right. So let us write another example. So this is another example of an organic compound with a functional group. Here also OH is the functional group. So we have to select the parent chain. That's a parent chain must contain the functional group. And if you are numbering from left to right, this will be the numbering. Here if you are numbering from left to right, the third position will be the OH group, and if it is from right to left, the second position or the second carbon is having the functional group. So the numbering from right to left is the correct way of numbering. Now we can name this compound. Here also there is no substituent. Now we can start with word root. Since there is single bond, we can write butane. Butane, we cannot write butane since there is a functional group. Then butane, then comes ol, that is OH as a functional group. We have to add OL, but we have to add the position also. So second position there is OH. So OH is present in the second position. So we can write butane 2-ol. So this is the IUPAC name of this particular compound. So let us write another example. So this is another example. Let us name this compound. First of all, we have to number this compound. If it is from left to right, this is the way of numbering. But OH is present with this carbon atom, so we have to number from right to left. So that is the correct way of numbering. And we can name this compound. First of all, we have to write the prefix. Here there are two prefixes, that is in the third position. So we have to add the numbers 3,3 dimethyl. Two methyl groups are there, so it is 3,3 dimethyl. That is the prefix part. Then comes the word root. Word root is, there are 4 carbon atoms, so it is AN, since single bond between carbon atom, butane. And the first position itself, the OH group, so it is butane 1-ol. So 3,3 dimethyl butane 1-ol is the IUPAC name of this compound.